Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to be walking you through Mr. Hyatt's biology course overview today. Look, whether you're an incoming student gearing up for an awesome year, or you're a parent wanting to know exactly what to expect, you are in the perfect place. We're not just going to rattle off a basic list of classroom rules here, okay? We're taking a really dynamic, in-depth look into the core of Mr. Hyatt's class, and honestly, how it's designed to fundamentally change the way you see the world around you.
Okay, let's dive right into this. What makes something alive? It sounds like something you might ask a kindergartner, right? But it is actually a deceptively simple question, and it's exactly where our biological journey in this course is going to begin. Because you're not just going to be handed some boring textbook definition to memorize. Instead, you're going to use real, tangible evidence to investigate the characteristics of life, and then you'll apply those discoveries to literally everything else we do moving forward. To get there, we've got a super clear roadmap for today's explainer. Number 1, what makes something alive. Number 2, thinking like a scientist. Number 3, the Nova Institute project. And number 4, course logistics and deadlines. We're going from the grand philosophy of science right down to the essential practical details. So, let's jump straight into section 1, what makes something alive? The foundation of our biological journey. For a long time, the quote-unquote old way of learning biology was just memorizing endless vocabulary lists and totally isolated facts. It was honestly a bit like reading a dictionary and just hoping you'd understand a novel. But take a look at Mr. Hyatt's way, thinking and working like a scientist. In this class, you aren't just passively absorbing information. No way. You're actively investigating how living things function, how they grow, reproduce, adapt, and interact with their environments. You're actually doing the science yourself. Which brings us nicely to section 2, thinking like a scientist, the tools to solve the mystery of life. So you might be wondering, how do we actually put that scientific mindset into practice every single day? Well, it all comes down to understanding a framework called CER. That stands for Claim, Evidence, and Reasoning. Listen, this is the absolute heartbeat of how you're going to operate in Mr. Hyatt's class. It's a structured framework used to develop, practice, and rigorously revise your scientific explanations. You're going to be constantly evaluating evidence to figure out exactly how you know what you know. It's the difference between just, guessing that a plant needs light and actually making a concrete claim, backing it up with measurable data, and explaining the logical reasoning that ties it all together.
And the cool part is you'll apply that CER framework across all of these core biology topics: biochemistry, cells, genetics, evolution, and ecology. And as you move through these units, you won't be looking at them in a vacuum. You'll be continually connecting these new ideas to the everyday world around you. So you'll use this framework to see how biochemistry explains the energy you get from your breakfast, or how genetics dictates the specific traits of your family pet. Let's just pause for a second and look at exactly what you, the student, will be doing. In this class, you're going to investigate real-world biological questions. You'll conduct hands-on labs, analyze hard evidence, and you'll create and interpret models, diagrams, and data. You'll absolutely use scientific vocabulary, but in highly meaningful contexts, not just staring at flashcards. And yes, all of these exciting investigative tasks intentionally build up to making you fully confident and prepared for Indiana's I Learn Biology assessment. It's totally purposeful learning, right from day one. All right, moving right along to section 3, the Nova Institute project, a year-long scientific investigation. Designing a fictional organism. Guys, this is the creative core of the Nova Institute project, and it is so incredibly cool. Instead of treating units like cells or genetics or ecology as totally isolated topics that you just take a test on and immediately forget, you're going to use your very own custom-designed fictional organism as an anchor for the entire year. It's just a brilliant way to contextualize everything you're learning. Here is exactly how that unfolds. Step 1. You learn the core concepts in class, like how a cell membrane functions or how traits are actually inherited. Step 2. You immediately apply those concepts to your fictional organism. Like, what kind of cells does your creation have? How does it reproduce? And then, step 3, you gradually develop its complete, complex biology over the entire school year. By May, you're not just going to have a drawing, you'll have a fully fleshed out biological profile. It keeps your learning incredibly focused, deeply engaging, and honestly, highly personal. Okay, let's shift gears a bit and move into section 4, course logistics and deadlines, setting up for success. Now, make a mental note of this because it's extremely important. All assignments are due Sunday at midnight.
Having everything due at this specific time is actually fantastic for you. It provides a really clear, predictable weekly deadline while still giving you tons of flexibility to manage your own time during the week and over the weekend. You'll always know exactly what's expected and exactly when it needs to be turned in.
But hey, life happens, right? So what happens if an assignment is missing? It's a super common, anxiety-inducing scenario. You log on, check your grades, and see that dreaded word. But I promise you, in Mr. Hiatt's class, it is absolutely not the end of the world.
Let's calmly walk through the simple fix for this. Step 1, you see the missing indicator in the PowerSchool gradebook. Just take a breath. Step 2, you just check the assignment description box right there in PowerSchool. Mr. Hiatt conveniently drops the link to the assignment right in that box for you. Step 3, complete and turn in the work. A missing tag does not mean the assignment can never be submitted again. It's just a helpful little flag telling you, hey, go get this done.
Let's pull back and look at the big picture here, summed up perfectly in this quote from Mr. Hiatt himself. My goal is for students to leave biology not only knowing more biology, but also being better at asking questions, evaluating evidence, and explaining how they know what they know. Honestly, that is the ultimate goal for every single student who walks through his door. It's not just about passing a test at the end of the day, it's about building a sharper, more inquisitive mind. And listen, he is right there to support you every step of the way to reach that goal. If you have questions, reach out to Mr. Hiatt at wizhyatt@cvils.k12.in.us. Whether you're a student totally stuck on the Nova Institute project or you're a parent with a quick logistical question, just keep this email handy. Mr. Hiatt is a constant lifeline, and he's entirely ready and eager to help you succeed. Which really just leaves us with one final thought for today's explainer. Are you ready to start thinking like a scientist? Because let me tell you, this year is going to be dynamic, it's going to be challenging, and it is going to be deeply rewarding. You've got the tools, you know the logistics, and you have an absolutely epic year-long project waiting for you. So dive in, ask a ton of questions, and get ready for an amazing school year.